All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to my power, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Chakadash. Double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well, being great example to us, my brothers. And peace and blessings to all for elect. Lord willing to be a part of that number. I'm the brother Quadar from Najim Ben Chicago. Come back to another video. This video is going to be entitled Europe is a part of Asia. All right, and give me 1 second. All right, Europe is a part of Asia, as of course, you're looking at this map. This video was inspired, by the bro Malak in Detroit. He made a video similar to this, and I want to say Yahweh Shema Shai Babu Kashah Shalak Racha Kodashka Labanaha Bachyar, which means Yahweh Shema Shai, please send Holy Spirit to build the elect, and Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. So as you look at the sub-regions of Asia, and Esau is a whole ass nigga, man. Because look, you see North Asia right here, okay, which, Asia is the biggest continent, okay. You have Asia, or you have Africa, you got North America, South America, or you got Australia, okay. So so there's no Europe that's a part of that, okay. Europe is a part of Asia, all right. But Esau Edom in his lies, all right, he's used that to deceive the nation as if that's his origin, birthplace, man. You got Southeast Asia, South Asia, East Asia, North Asia, Central Asia, West Asia, all right, what they call the Middle East, all right, that is Western Asia, okay. Then you got Europe, when there's no separation of the land masses whatsoever, so all of this is Asia, but this just happens to be Europe, Esau's a liar, man. So you got this is literally the whole continent of Asia. You got that's when they started to call it the Eurasia. Okay, then they just called it Europe. Okay. It says they call it Eurasia, man. I just got a few pictures, describing just showing the madness of Esau Edom. Okay. So let's grab this Deuteronomy 27 and 17. Lord, in this lesson won't be too long. This Deuteronomy 17 and 27 and 17. It says, "Cursed be he that remove his neighbor's landmark, and all the people shall say Amen." All right. So the Most High ordains a land for a particular group of people, okay, and labels their territory for that group of people. You're not supposed to remove that, okay, and that's exactly what Esau Edom has done, okay. That's exactly what he has done, man. All right, and that's one of the many reasons why he's going to be exterminated, okay. Because this devil has removed the landmarks, man. Okay? This Deuteronomy, as a matter of fact, let's go over Deuteronomy 19. Deuteronomy 19 and verse 14, "Thou shalt not remove thy neighbor's landmark," which, as a matter of fact, let me see. Deuteronomy 19 and 14, "Thou shalt not remove thy neighbor's landmark, which they of old time have set in thine inheritance, which thou shalt inherit in the land that Yahweh thy God have Yahweh thy power giveth thee to possess it." All right, now let's go into that word for landmark. It goes to the Hebrew word gabawal. All right, it says border, territory, enclosed within boundary, region, territory of darkness. Territory. All right, so Esau has removed the landmarks, man. Okay. Now let's look at this map over, because first it was all of it was called Asia. Okay, and then Esau went changed it up to Eurasia. Okay, then went again to switch it up to just Europe, period. All right, now all of this is a part of Asia, but this little corner right here is, oh, this Europe. This our shit right here. You know, when all of this is one big gigantic continent. Okay, one of the deceitful deceits of Esau Edom. Okay, with Psalms 49 and verse 11. Psalms 49 and verse 11, it says their inward thought, Salakia, is that their house shall continue forever. All right, Esau Edom believes that, hey, he's going to be ruling forever, man. Okay, but the Most High is making his kingdom come crashing down. All right, Job 14 and 5, he said bounds that he cannot pass. Okay, it says their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. Okay, look at Leo Scipius Africanus. Okay. All right, look at Asiaticus. All right, these were Edomites that named the land after their name. Okay, because that's what Esau Edom does. And that's one of many ways to identifying the wicked. You know? One of many ways of identifying the wicked, man. All right, it says, I'll read it one more time. It says, their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling place to all generations. They call their lands after their own name. Now, let's grab this Revelation, because 20 and 3. It's Revelation 20 in verse 1. It says, and I saw an angel coming down from heaven. It's talking about Yahweh Shai, having the key of the bottomless pit, okay, which is Europe. All right, because it severely lacks resources. All right, what they call Europe, okay, and a great chain in his hand. And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil, okay, Esau Edom's empire, all right, the Roman Empire. It says, which is the devil, Satan, and bound him 1,000 years, okay. Hey, so Esau Edom was down for a period of time. All right, he was subject after the pagan Roman Empire fell. Okay. It says, and that's when you had the Holy Roman Empire where Israelites were ruling. Okay. See, what they call Western Roman Empire fell. All right, and the Eastern Roman Empire, which were ruled by Jakes, by niggas. All right, the Holy Roman Empire. Okay, the Byzantine Empire. Those were Israelites, which fell in 1453. All right, by Mehmed the Conqueror, a Amalekite Ottoman. All right, a Muslim Amalekite. How do I say this? Amalekite Muslim. You know. All right, conquered Constantinople in 1453. All right, and changed the name to Istanbul, Turkey. All right, that was the start of the fall of the Israelites. Already got 1492, the fall of the last stronghold, the last Moorish stronghold. All right, in Granada. Okay, you had the bubonic plague, which killed 2/3 of Jakes in Europe. Okay, so let's keep reading. It says, and cast him into the bottomless pit, and shut him up, and set a seal upon him, that he should deceive the nations no more. Okay. Till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled, and for that he must be loosed a little season. Okay, so let me go down to verse 7. It says, and when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison. Right, and that's what Esau started to come back into power. Okay, that's what the Renaissance means. It means a rebirth. His kingdom was being revived. Okay, it says, and it shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea. All right, Esau Edom. All right, ever since he's gotten out of power, ever since he's gotten into power, he's went about deceiving the nations, man. Okay, and how did he do that? All right, hey, let's read this First Maccabees 3 and 48. And it says, and laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images. So right away he started to repaint the images of the saints into his color, into his paleness. All right, into his redness, man. All right, look up the Borgia family. All right, which they got the series on Netflix, the Borgias. You know, that's a good watch for whoever's trying to get into the history. You know, you had this nigga Cesare Borgia. All right, hey, that you just gotta watch it, man. You know, but that's who they modeled. All right, this modern JC image after. Okay, let's go to Psalms 58. In verse 3, it says, the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. That's the spirit of Esau, Edom. All right, it says their poison is like the poison of a serpent. They are like the deaf adder that stoppeth her ear. And that's the wicked philosophies that this devil pushes out. Once again, deceiving the nations. Okay? Esau is the most subtle beast of the field. All right, hey, because this devil has used certain wordplay to deceive these people, man. To deceive our people. You know, made it seem as if this continent is his. You know, when he wasn't even in that continent at first, man. He wasn't even the original Greeks or the Romans, because those were the Japhites, the Etruscans. All right, those who they drove out into the islands, man. Okay, so this devil is a liar, man. You know, so Lord, when this lesson is edifying, you just wanted to get to like a quick hit, you know, on the history. You know, I believe it'd be episode 58. You know, so Lord, when it's edifying, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh. As a matter of fact, let me do 1 second. Let me see. Let me type in is a part of Asia. It's like not a part, a part. Let me see.
Usually, a continent is a huge landmass surrounded by oceans, right? But Europe is just attached to Asia and still a continent. And
that's a goddamn lie. That is a goddamn lie. You see, Esau just makes this how you know he empowered, man. He just gets to lie about shit, man. All right. It says any of the world's main continuous, this definition of continent, any of the world's main continuous expanses of land, Africa and Antarctica, Asia, Australia, Europe, North America, South America. Notice it didn't, it did mention Europe here, but that's once again a part of Esau's lies. Okay? Because it says any of the world's main continuous expanses of land, and Europe is literally a part of Asia. It's not separated. So Esau Edom is a liar. He cuts himself, man. Literally, man, call all y'all about Shimon Shai. Look, bro, this the spirit, man. It says if that's the logic, then Russia is its own continent as well as India. It says technically the world is just 4 continents: Asia, America, Oceania, and Antarctica. You know, but you gotta count Africa as well, or the land of Ham. Yeah, that's how you know Esau empire. It says Europe is attached to Asia X. Asia is attached to Europe. Okay. It says so it's either that the Middle East or India is a continent as well, or that we just say that Eurasia is real.
here's how. History and culture are extremely different between Asia and Europe. Also, people have traditionally seen them as separate major regions for thousands of years. So, it's just a continent by tradition. Usually, a continent is a huge land mass surrounded by oceans, right? But Europe is...
Esau is a fucking liar, man. This is a devil, man. That's the proof is in the pudding. You know, the proof is in the pudding, man. slap that right here, man. All right, because the Lord, because I was about to close the lesson out, but the Lord just had me pull up this little clip and allow me to find that, man. You know? So, hey, man, call all y'all by Shema Shai, man. Hey, double honors to the Apostle Edwards Great Millstone. Low one is less edifying. Shalom. Call me a Shiralawa Bible Ball.